Hi, my name is Eckart Preu, music director of the Long Beach Symphony. I wanted to tell you all, musicians and audience members, how much I miss you and how much I miss the concerts that unfortunately had to be canceled. And this week, actually, we would have presented many events celebrating the Violins of Hope. But these events, fortunately, we were able to reschedule, and they will now take place in 2021. And one of the guest artists who are central to this project is here with me, Niv Ashkenazi. Well, thank you, Niv, for joining me today to talk about your appearances with the Long Beach Symphony. How did you get involved with the Violins of Hope?
I got involved with Violins of Hope in 2017 when I was invited to join them in Sarasota, Florida, through the Perlman Music Program. And we did a program over there. It was a 2-week program. And it was something that I was very excited to do. I had heard about them since their time in Cleveland, but I didn't get a chance to actually participate until then. And it was a remarkable experience playing on several of the instruments during that
Yeah.
time.
Can you talk a little bit about what the Violins of Hope are?
The Violins of Hope are a collection of instruments that have survived the Holocaust and have been restored by master luthiers, Amnon Weinstein and his son Avshalom Weinstein. And they're incredible. There's quite a variety of instruments, and they're all different and they all have a unique voice.
And they have also, of course, unique background stories,
Yes.
which make the impact of the music so incredibly strong. And so we are actually performing several concerts throughout the period that the Violins of Hope are in Long Beach, California. One of which is unusual, and that is a concert that will take place at the aquarium. And you're going to moderate and perform as well. Can you share a couple thoughts about what people can expect there?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really special program that will allow you to get every aspect of the Violins of Hope experience. We are going to be in a wonderful space in the aquarium with an IMAX screen using their sound system, their lighting, but we're also including both music as well as dance, and we're also going to be hearing from Avshi Weinstein, one of the luthiers, and also from James A. Grimes, the author of Violins of Hope. So they will be talking about some of the stories and backgrounds of these instruments, and we'll be playing and using visuals to continue to have more of an impact with what they're saying and what we're talking about and what we're playing. And it's a pretty intimate space. It only holds 300 people. So even though there's a lot going on, it's still going to feel like a very intimate experience.
Are you going to present and play several of those violins?
Yes, yes, we're going to have several of these instruments, and I'll be playing on at least one or two of them, and we'll have other musicians as well playing on them. And we're also going to be playing music by Jewish composers, many of which were affected by the Holocaust.
You will be also participating and actually curating a lot of the educational events around town. What are you going to do?
I'll be going to several of the schools in Long Beach, especially with the LBUSD, and we're also collaborating with CSU Long Beach for a program in which their students will actually be playing on the program, and I'll be playing as well and talking about Violins of Hope.
You just actually released an album called Violins of Hope. Can you share a couple details about the composers that we can hear on that album and also why you chose them?
Yeah, so the album started from the idea that I have one of the Violins of Hope on long-term loan, and I'm the only person that has it. And we wanted to capture that voice and make sure that it would never be silenced again. And so we ended up choosing repertoire. Again, it was mostly composers that were affected by the Holocaust, and other than that, Jewish composers that that influenced what we think of as Jewish music. So we have the iconic Schindler's List on there. And we have some of the pieces that you'll hear at the aquarium concerts, such as Bloch's Nigun and Dance of the Rebbitzin by George Perlman. But we also have composers such as Simon Lax, who was the concertmaster of one of the orchestras at Auschwitz, and then also a piece by Robert Dauber, who it's its only surviving piece. He died at age 23.
Can you tell us a little bit about your violin?
So they know that it was probably made in the early 1900s in Yugoslavia. And it is a very fine instrument, so it would have gone to a professional violinist or a wealthy family. It has a beautiful Star of David made out of abalone shell on the back, and it is pretty common. It was pretty common at the time to have that. A lot of musicians had it on their instruments because the rabbis would choose the person with the most stars of David on their instrument a lot of the times to play at the weddings for good luck. So it was a bit of a marketing tool. We don't see it nowadays, though. Um, the really interesting part about this instrument is that the back is lighter than the front. And the reason for that is in Jewish Orthodox tradition, you aren't allowed to have representative artwork on the wall. So instead, they would hang the violin with the back showing, because that's where the Star of David is. And the light from the sun would come through the windows and it would bleach the back. So they would actually put it up the opposite of how you have your instrument up on the wall. But that's a very
That
good example of what they would do. Yeah.
We are absolutely looking forward to having you in Long Beach as part of the Violins of Hope project next January and February. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it too.